just like stopped.
Zach Hall coming off his
I didn't know what was going on.
carry the momentum.
Okay, let me get back into OBS and my tools.
Big player in the points.
That was weird.
Every day, if he wants to get closer and closer to that 16th place, it's Drew Jua in the 77. Big player to watch out for. We picked him twice on our pick'ems. Ryan Kelly,
the broadcaster picked me as his favorite to win.
Hello, bud. Vincent Sora trying to get back on the winning ways. Will be not 8th, 9th. He's the 9 machine of Shane.
Bring our track map up.
10. It's the 13 of Cedric Hunter.
Hello.
Going to be Joshua Kanata.
I was going to ask you
start
well, but I've
E12,
already given myself an
13th,
well.
and Shearer Jr., 14th position.
All right, P15.
There's your pick, Brian.
34 drivers.
Shannon Cochran in number 2, rolling up in 16th position. 17th.
Smooth and steady wins the race.
Starting on pit road with a one-lap pole.
Jared Hughes. 19th position going to be
I did that twice last week. I think I'm
Richard
good.
Officer rolling alongside in 20th position.
In 21st, we find the 25 of Cody.
All right, I got rid of the game spotter. Oh, I'm sorry, the sim spotter, excuse me.
23rd, it's the 12 of Andrew Medlin and Medlin's teammate of Chris Ditz, as well as Ken King.
Go ahead and pull your Twitch back up.
Aaron Smith not in here? I saw that he connected, but I don't see him on the scoreboard.
Who's that?
Aaron Smith. I saw him connect, but I don't see him on the scoreboard.
No, you're right. He's not. He might be spotting for somebody.
Did you hear that the broadcaster picked me as his favorite?
No, I didn't. That's awesome, though.
Just caution, lap 30, like you informed.
Hey, Derek, how's it
I
going?
think the big question will be, will this race stay caution-free those first 30 laps? And if they do, the drivers obviously are going to want to hit pit early.
We ain't going no caution-free.
But if we do get a caution early, lap 10, 15, and that would really kind of be right there in that middle.
124-degree track, 88 air still.
Set of tires. Would they be able to
7-mile-per-hour wind.
back, or would they try and gamble, maybe take tires and run?
What'd you say the track was?
Not change them at the lap.
124.
We're going to find out really soon here, Sam. These pace laps go by quick.
Pace cars off.
We're about to get ourselves ready for racing action here tonight. Again, thank you for joining.
In the restart zone. Ready, ready, ready. Go, go, go.
Justin Malarkey, Robert Moyer Jr. We're happy to have you with us on your Wednesday evening for WSSR Cup Series racing action.
Who's outside?
Number 8 here at Dover into the restart zone. Gavin Rogers hits the straight and
Watch the new tires. Going to be a little slick at first.
for the 67 machine. It'll take the early
2 still outside.
nose, but they're side by side through the field. Watch out the exit of 2. This is
You are clear up, sir, if you want it.
stay side by side, still continue to fight on.
Oh, they
Still
wiggled.
clear.
At least the first half of the track, and they continue
Oh, yeah.
to stay side by side. Yingling wants this lap led badly for the 67 off of 2. It's all Yingling, but looks to be Gavin Rogers just missing out on lap number 1.
Now, all that happened.
Gap up front and gap behind, sir.
As they get finished saying that, they're already coming through 1 and 2, Sam. They're still saying side by side going down the back straightaway. They're Yingling trying to get around Gavin Rogers. Rogers wants to get
Mind the dirty air. Don't push too much.
See that? The 13, he's going to get into the picture right here as well.
Trying to get into the picture if possible, and that's actually going to be Drew Jua on the inside. 77 on our ticker, hoping for a good run. As inside lanes trying to find some good speed. Outside lane, there's more drivers up there, and it just, usually we know, leader on in the run, the outside row, conveyor belt, you can be pulling backwards very quickly with wear and tear on those tires, but for now, it is all still side by side for our top 4. Then they start to single file out a little bit deeper on in the field, but still Yingling keeping the lead and the pressure on the outside. Justin, this is incredible racing to watch, but surprising that they're willing to use so much of their tires right now, and they continue to fight side by side.
It really is. I guess the biggest question is, how do you save right now? You can't really save when you got 4 or 5 cars right behind you, like Larry Yingling does and Gavin Rogers. And they got to guess push it. They know they got the caution coming at lap 30, so some of these drivers might be thinking, you know what, let's go out there, beat these tires up so we know exactly how long they stay good for and have good feedback for that competition caution at lap 30.
And the first driver that's lingering back runs in 6th place. It's Ryan Kelly, the driver we said to watch out for. Robert Moyer Jr. as well as just
68's on your bumper. He's got company as well.
also lingering behind, going to be the 51 of Vincent Sora.
Nothing off the corner for you.
To attack, and I think this is a great pull on their part as Tom Moore now moves up behind this 3 machine that we ride on top of. And you'll see
36 now behind you.
racing action for those first 5 laps. Tires can be so crucial. The first 10 laps can really
Or make that to 56.
go.
I definitely agree with that. I think Joe Bert's real tracks on all the iRace to a certain extent really shows where you can really push hard in the beginning. You can see drivers move 3, 4, 5 positions pretty quick. But you really heat those tires up before you know you start pushing. You just see the 06 pushing right underneath the 3 of Ryan Kelly. Thompson checked their trying, or Tom Moore, I'm sorry, excuse me, trying to make a move on Ryan Kelly. And this is the turning point of the race.
56 looking outside, still clear.
It makes it really hard.
Still clear up.
Yeah, don't worry, we're going to get tripped up some of these days.
Looking low, left rear.
Going to be running up front inside of our top 15. Sinchek trying to follow in line.
He's in the bottom lane.
Of Shane Tarian. As they're all trying to make their...
Good job. He couldn't, he had no throttle off. There you go. Good job.
He's trying to get by Ryan Kelly, and this is already a great start to see for Tom Moore that's trying to have a turnaround race. Talking about drivers who have been having a rough start, this 06 has been having probably one of the worst.
It is single file all the way back to you.
Confidence entering this season, but the bad luck have really turned ever since race 4 at Long Beach, and he's hoping that the luck can turn around here tonight as he just moves up to the 6th.
I would say that luck is turning around. He's driving up there too, so it's not all luck. Hopefully he doesn't have any bad issues tonight. You don't want to get that commentator's curse on him, so we might not want to say too much. As we say that, I actually see a black and blue car there. So we see him get up into the wall, come out of turns 3 and 4, maybe running back around 15th position. Wasn't sure who it was, but I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, right there on the screen.
That's going to be Richard Wolsifer in the 56, and he was one of our biggest movers here, up 4 spots from the start of this race. Talk about taking the advantage of the early going of this race. You got fresh tires, and it also can hurt you right on back. And 10 laps in, I was talking to some of the drivers about how the tire wear was going to work, and they said just in the first 10 laps, you can already lose 10% on your tires. And these drivers all start with 100% on their tire wear, and it could go away very quickly. And over one of those tracks that's notoriously known, you could see tire poppage if you're not protecting your tires.
Oh, definitely. There's just no time to ever...
You're faster than these 3 ahead of you.
The tire doesn't really get a chance to pull off. And these corners are so long. They're banked so much, and you carry so much speed through. Like you said, knocking 10% of wear off in 10 laps.
All right, Ed Sheeran put a hole on the outside.
Before you know it. And not only that, the tires just heat up, and they just, when they get hot, they don't want to turn. And then before you know it, you're turning that car more, and you're just killing the tires. You can see right there, the 07 getting a little loose under Cedric Hunter.
Getting a little bit of one another, and also battling for the lead. Gavin Rogers putting the pressure, but you also talk about heating up. The track temp just went up a degree. It was hot during practice, it was around 132 degrees all throughout practice. It is dropped, but with all these cars on track, that track temp's gonna heat up. Gavin Rogers, though, has the nose, cross the line. He'll finally lead a lap for the 75. But Larry Yingling is not wanting to give up this lead at all, understanding how important clean air can be at this track. But with how hard they were racing earlier on in this race, Rogers takes the advantage. He'll finally solidify.
Starting to get loose.
They get it in their first place at lap 14.
Yipper.
Back and see if you can start pulling away from the 66.
That's what I was saying earlier.
To make that adjustment.
You'll be, a lot of people will be up on that high side.
Restart. He's trying hard to make sure he's able to keep that 75 behind him longer. But right now, he's staying right in his tire tracks. But don't look too far back. John Forbes in 3rd right there. Drew Jewett in 4th. They're going to be right there too on these leaders if they have any slip up.
Ain't fast
Your
when it's
throttle
so
points are going
loose.
to completely change.
Gavin Rogers, one of the fastest drivers on track, the fastest driver.
The people in front of me are struggling.
You see on screen of Vincent Soares, John Forbes, really loose. We're starting to see more drivers getting a little bit frisky as the 07 of Ryan Noel getting sideways further on the back, but we're seeing drivers that were protecting their tires now on the move. 51, one of those that really was willing to give up positions, and now getting those spots back as he puts the pressure on Tom Ward. 06 stays high. 51, the 2-time champ, makes the pass clean. It's around. I mean, like I said, that's the most important.
Going to get a good run here off the corner.
Too much getting that pass. Was able to do it pretty efficiently. You see Ryan Kelly, same thing. Going to run that a little bit higher line, see if he can get the run out of the corner. He's going to try and take that position back from the 06 of Tom Thorne. Not able to do it coming out of the corner.
I'm really sorry. I
Looking at the
tried to
field
keep it off
right
you the best
now,
I could.
majority of our top 7 able to run a 24.7-second lap time. They're already running about a half a second. Oh no! Trouble up front. Drew Jua getting loose. It looks like maybe a little bit of contact made for the 13 on screen. 77 on our ticker. Drew Jua in a scare, but luckily keep that nose pointed straight.
Words are being exchanged.
You're okay.
Keep on racing on.
Like you said, not heavy damage, but
Yeah.
remember at the
I'm
time.
talking
Yeah.
about them guys going back
Drew
and
and one
forth.
other made a little bit of contact, and yeah, they're fine though.
Move into the top 16 to have a chance to fight for the championship. You could be a driver to watch.
You're faster for the last 5 laps, man. You are absolutely cruising.
Even though Tasha's coming out here in about 10 laps to see if he's able to reach.
Just need to get by.
You're lucky
And
you
we'll see if
even
we go
got
back
the
and look. It was contact
Oh my God,
between
shut
Drew
the fuck
Jua
up
and
already.
Vincent Sora through the center off the
You do
corner.
it.
The 51 was right on that back bumper. It was kind of shocked at how
20,
slow
by the
Drew
way.
Jua was off the exit of the corner. Contact got the 77 spun out, and they are now going to continue to race on state green. We might see maybe a little bit of more talking points between those drivers later on. We have on board with the Hello Kitty machine of Cedric Hunter trying to make the pass on top board. The 06 saw the aggression early. It's now backfiring. He continues to fall backwards now as we run on board, get a sense of what it's like to race here at Dover. A little bit of a bump by the 06, but Justin, this track's so unique from some of the other courses we go to.
All unique, but a really fun track. You really puts it in the driver's hands. A lot of different ways you can enter. Right here, my favorite part, you're gonna see
There you go.
more how it just drops. You can feel that almost down in the pit of your stomach when you're out there watching at the screen. The car just drops down to the ground.
The next 4 or 5 cars are coming back towards you.
You can see right there, Sam. You can see how Lucy got out of the corner. He had to turn that wheel back to the right, able to keep it off the wall. But that's how quick this track can jump out and bite you.
Yeah, it certainly can. And talk about that elevation change. The highest point of the track to the lowest point. 3 stories is the difference. These drivers fall.
Leader's last lap was a 25.17. Yours a 14. You're running top speed.
Really can unsettle these vehicles. They hold steady for now as we look back at the middle of the pack where drivers that have been pushing forward, been very loose. You can see it there. Big moves shown all around. Nick Crawford in the 74 trying to make a move on Danny Cochran. Also saw a little bit of shimmy for drivers in the middle of the
Oh, can't get on the throttle down there. Holy crap.
forward. But this is the group. If you
No.
want to see it caution,
That's what cost the guy behind you time earlier.
this might be the pack that we're going to see it happen as you're seeing Trent Jump and a few other drivers trying to find an opening to go forward as Richard Wilsonberg gets into the wall. Really, the coordinate affects everyone into one another. Luckily, no one gets more contact. The old step.
Bottom side's gonna have to check up.
On the outside, that outside wall is about to be sneaking up on him. It's the rest of the field able to avoid where this contact could be happening.
There you go.
The old little hornet's nest right here in the middle of the field. These drivers.
You got the line. Hold your line. Down low.
When they come out, you got to get up close to that wall.
Still there. Left rear.
That wall, but you got a car underneath you too. They're trying to pinch it down low.
Left front.
It's just a drastic change in the bank.
You're gonna have the launch off.
It's really fun to watch, and it's great seeing them multiple.
Hold on to it.
Whoa,
Good job. You made a little bit of contact with the 07. Not too bad. They are side by side behind you. Way to hold on to it.
Especially with these cars and drivers being able to utilize
P13.
too when they want as the tires wear out. Put on a great show here. But
He's not happy.
laps so before these drivers be screaming for tires.
No, he pinched you up to the wall. That's all his fault anyway.
Outside of our top 20, this is the battle that we're seeing on screens happening with 56 falling backwards. Is battling outside the top 25. Richard Wilson for Bronson Stafford for 27th position. Is the 61 moving forward? Dakota Modi is also able to make the pass over Richard Wolsifer, and Richard is not loving the handling of this car. Yeah, early takeoff drivers really utilizing his tires.
Trying to find my right front
The
again.
right side all looks good.
He's being prepped
No scratches or anything.
for himself. 27 laps in, about to be the start of lap 28. Giving us 3 laps to go before the stage is over. And top 10 drivers get stage bonus points.
Leader's last lap was a 47. Yours a 43.
Control up front with a 0.6 to 0.7 gap lead over Larry Yingling and Zach Hall, who are kind of willing to settle where they're at right now. And major drivers to watch out for: Ryan Kelly, Vincent Sora. I think they'll be the drivers to watch out for once we reset after this stage break. But it is all Gavin Rogers. This is the dominance that he wants to have, and he's already at
Lap 30 next time. Caution's out. Good job, sir.
Long Beach in Michigan. We might see our first 3.
Let's go ahead and get you all set
When
up
is
here.
the
Continues at this pace, but trouble further off in the field.
It's now.
It's gonna.
when is the stage?
I think.
And Chris,
No, this is lap 29.
all the way back in 32nd position. They got into one another.
Should be right around here. I'm
doubt it,
checking
Derek.
right now.
And it looks like
If it's raining, I'm not racing.
that will be the end of our stage.
That will be the stage break there, so it's going to lock the top 10 as you see on
Pit road is now
Yeah,
open.
it is stage break.
bonus points, like you mentioned. The all bonus points. Got the replay coming up here.
All right, full service.
Like you said, should be the next coming out of this next.
All right.
Yeah, this camera's probably gonna. There we go. Like, now we're gonna see these drivers.
Yeah, doing the short track or whatever that's called in the rain don't sound like too fun to me.
Richard breaks loose, gets into the 53. Mike Tellier's trying to whoa up. Same for Carl Buller.
All right, you are all set, sir.
React when you're that close to one another.
58.
It looks to be just
Happy
major
58.
wall damage for the 71. But Richard Wilsonberg just snapping loose and then coming down to the.
Where are we at?
Pit box in.
That's like the
10.
most realistic racing iRacing has. I mean, that's exactly how Dover happens. You come out of the corner, you get a little loose, and there's just nowhere to go on that front straight.
Right
It's so
here.
narrow. You can see right here, it gets loose, flips the car in front of him, and then nowhere for those drivers behind to go. We see that very often at Dover.
Well, we would usually
I
talk.
hear you, Derek. You love the rain, though.
He's not on Discord, but congratulations to get
Ready, ready,
That's
ready.
it, go.
on this.
Come, come, come.
The other driver that we
Don't speed.
talk to might be from Yin Yang. Get to see if we can try to bring up Larry Yingling on his thoughts on that run after they're done with pit road stops. Is this 66?
All right, watch the
Line up,
blend line.
single file.
Tires on the restart. He might have to use them up once again. The fight off pit road, though, goes to Gavin Rogers. He'll keep that lead position. Zach Hall, he'll lose a spot
Almost
to
got me.
John Forbes in the 11 machine. As see if
Holy crap! I was using more right front.
Held 13th.
the leads in those early laps. See if we can queue up the 67 of Larry Yingling. Larry, it's Sam and Justin up.
I was thinking my right front was going down.
Well, Larry, you find yourself second. You had a very strong push.
That's why I was worried about the dirty air from the beginning.
What's this car feeling like out there on course?
Really, just depending how you drive it. To me, it started getting pretty loose about
Yeah, Derek, those are fun.
15 laps in, especially off the corner. Tight entering. It's I'm notorious for destroying my right front tire here, so I was surprised I didn't do that run. So I'm going to try and keep doing what I was doing there and
Ooh, somebody
should be able to
sped.
have top 10 speed late in the race.
Larry, you're doing great up here.
32.
Obvious question for you, but how important
Mr.
is this
Hall.
restart for you? Like you did that first restart, get out there, get that lead, and try and then keep the 75 behind you.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, definitely pretty important. This time you'll be able to go before green, so you should be able to be first entering turn one out of somebody reacting time and not spin my tires too much. And
That's right. Helps you, gives you the outside line.
Larry, I want to say thanks for giving us great entertainment for the first couple of laps of this race. Good luck. We'll send you back to your team. We can look on this next restart.
Right?
thank you, sir.
As that's a Ying Yang
Yeah.
Racing
I
driver,
don't know,
Larry
I
Yingling,
fucking
driver
blacked out.
with
Like
Ryan
41
Kelly.
somehow.
They're getting
So,
prepared
yep.
for this restart. You know, Justin, hearing that interview,
Oh,
I
man,
mean,
I'm glad I was on
Larry,
exit, though,
obviously,
'cause
he
I
would
was
like the
gonna push me
lead,
down
but
the
like he
pit
said,
road,
he's
so
not
I
the
was
control
hoping
vehicle
that
for this
wasn't that
restart.
deep.
This is in the hands of the 75.
No, you good,
and
you good.
also restarting here, very challenging. The way to green flag, you're kind of almost barely on the straightaway. If you get any wheel spin, like Larry mentioned, that's the problem. He's right now most focused on making sure he doesn't get any wheel spin and stacking up the field,
wish
because
I
that
could
could be
blame it on him.
problematic. We see it happen here at Dover quite often, so it will be very challenging, especially like he said he's not able to go until the leader goes, so he really has that disadvantage. But we know he's a great driver. Definitely believe he can get it done if he needs to.
Well, we have a very unfortunate moment happen to last week's winner of Zach Hall. Talk about how he lost the battle exiting out of pit road. Let's make it even worse. Sped off the exit, has to go to the end of the line on this restart. So from what could have been a 5th place restart, Zach Hall will be all the way back in 32nd position. Tough start for himself, but he's got a long race to try to get up front. Over 115 laps to go here tonight at Dover. Stage racing is over. It's now all about the win. Who's going to grab that trophy here for race number 8? Gavin Rogers is hoping to grab his 3rd win of the season over Larry Yingling. Trying to get him
All right, Brian. So 30 laps, you were about
here tonight. Going to be
86.
as the drivers get prepared for this restart. Your top 5: Gavin Rogers,
All right.
75, Larry Yingling,
Coming to the restart zone. Ready, ready, ready.
3rd,
Go.
John Forbes 4th, and Cedric Hunter finishing out your top 5. As Space Car enters pit road,
First gear actually helped.
to be time for us to go green as they enter the
Got
race.
16 low.
It's go time as the outside row takes off. Gavin Rogers already.
You are clear.
Outside row caught sleeping. It's already Kelly up to second place for the 3 machine.
Green Machine gonna go right from
I had a brake check. big time.
28 now low.
second place, and now he has his eyes set.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he has a little bit of gap over to 67, and we know the 3.
That's right. Good little bit of momentum there.
Right here, the 11 and
I had
30.
to hit the brake again.
Clear low.
Battle here for fourth, 5th position. But Drew Jewett trying to make that run back. He's getting back up into that top 5 potential.
28 on your bumper.
213 drivers. The pink 13 is Cedric Hunter as pass for the lead is made as Gavin Rogers making a choice, giving up space.
Left side.
It's going to be a long run. Not what
Left front.
those tires and going to be
Door no-
Kelly taking the lead position. Larry Engling trying to get by that 75. Safe for Cedric Hunter.
Still there, left.
Conveyor belt. If Gavin Rogers can't
Clear off.
fall down,
Good job, sir.
spacing to get underneath and get to that inside row. Finally does so in 3rd, but Cedric Hunter doesn't want to give up that spot too easily. He's at quarter panel off the exit 2.
Like you said,
That's Ed Shearer on the bottom.
tires, but also how much is he also abusing the tires by having?
Oh my goodness.
Is
Why is he hitting the brake that hard?
Yeah, these guys.
He's just gonna have to
I
back.
have no idea.
We know he can do it. He's back and forth from the
Take it low.
and the 11's right underneath him, trying to see if he can make a move too.
There you go.
Next corner here, as you see on screen, the 06. We know he had that
He's doing a big tire saving strategy.
He's on your right rear.
to the front, but then fading, whereas he got this car figured out. Maybe
Right side.
Also saw that dive bomb move by Shane Terry. It was a little bit thorough.
He's a lane and a half up. 28's behind him.
On the up
Not yet clear. Right rear.
Team Cedric Hunter, the blue and red is Drew Jua.
You are clear up.
For tonight's race. We'll do our best to try to let you know which driver is which.
Way to push, Brian. Good job.
Brian McCann, they'll stay side by side with one another as the 51 gonna go with the traditional route that he had on the last run. Back off, save his tires, and hope that he can regain these positions back. But my pick, Brian McCann.
Ed is not being bashful about showing his nose. He's going to open up some holes for you.
we know he's a fast driver who can definitely get it done, especially in these next gen cars. Ultra smart driver, like you said right now.
Clear up.
In a good spot. Doesn't have, he has people right behind him, but at least he has a little bit of spacing. Just so he's able to make a maneuver if he needs to around anyone in front. It's kind of hard to over and being like,
Still clear.
like you said, right here. Brian McCann maybe peeking down low, maybe make a spot. And actually enter a little higher here, trying to get that run out of turns 1 and 2.
Ready to run if possible on his team and open for the best. It's going to be Brian McCann trying to figure out a way to get by his Nightmare Fuel teammate of Vincent Sora. They're continuing to just linger here in 11th and 12th position. Behind them is getting a little bit racy action, but seeing Ben Campbell have one of his better runs of the season. He's been having a rough
51 left rear. Door.
line issues that have
You're pinching him down.
his 15 to race.
Still clear.
But here tonight, he would make it 41 laps.
There you go.
So far as he's going to be having the 07.
Threw it back in. Left side.
Pressure. We saw the 07 getting very loose just in those.
Still there left rear. 28's with you. It's going to give you a little bit of a push off.
That is
Clear.
Gets a little snappy loose and holds on for himself. But our front pack, they're starting to get a little bit racy as well. Ryan Kelly, he's got pressure now in behind him in his mirror as Shane Terry and a few others trying to find spacing to go side by side, battling behind.
28's looked like he's pretty much going with you. So if you got that hole on the outside,
Pass on the
I
outside.
think he'll follow you.
Just get Cedric Hunter down. Is that going to move up the 9 machine up to 3rd place? He's got.
There you go. Left front.
Is he able to get to the Larry England coming out of this corner? Not going to be able to do it.
Not able.
13.
Good try.
See if he continues to run that outside line, Sam. I mean, what do you think? It seems like he's got it working, but is that going to pay price later on in this race?
And that's the big thing. Some drivers will be patient at moments, be aggressive at others, and it does backfire after 5 to 10 laps of aggressive racing. These tires will start to fade off, and it's more so the heat that builds in, but also the tire wear. This track, concrete surface for a mile in distance. It's like a treat. It's like a cheese grater to the tires. And Justin, as a driver, this track, I mean, tires have always been a factor. I feel like in any form, as Tom Bohr breaks loose, holds on, he'll lose a position, maybe more, but luckily keeps that nose pointed straight. And just like that,
He's checked up on the bottom.
slides
Left rear. Or left front, rather.
really mess up these.
Still there.
but definitely.
You've got the line.
We're at that point now, about 12 laps after the restart, where you talked to Larry.
77 low.
He was getting loose. You're starting to see those drivers get loose coming out of
Left rear, 28's with you.
as they lose brake traction coming out of the corner. But I tell you what,
Side by side.
battle up here.
Going in.
You saw him running that second
Still there. Left rear. Had to check up. Got a little tight.
driver.
28's going to give you a little bit of a push off. Not yet clear. Left side.
9th getting that run. You've seen battles all over this track. And what on
Still left rear.
seems like most drivers are running that inside Sam, but once that
Still there.
outside to get to the outside quarter panel, they're really making them speed.
They certainly are. Brian Noel currently on screen. You see the 07 focused and prepared for this race. A lot of drivers
28's going to give you a little bit of a push here.
and recognizing
77 still inside.
in the corner. There's multiple
Slow car up top. You're going to be 3 wide here. 3.
car
3, you're in the middle. Hold your line. You're clear up high.
slide down into the apron, and oh no, trouble in front. It's gonna be the 13, excuse me, of Cedric Hunter in the
77 still low on your door.
to the
You're pinching him. He's got a little bit of help with the 28 now.
moment
Still on your door.
for more
8 tires.
runners that gets into trouble, because now you're in the Hornet's nest. Everyone's in line, and there's no spacing to allow a simple mistake.
Still down low.
Just that little mistake, like you said,
28's back with you up on the high side. Going to give you a little bit of a shot there.
position challenging to try and get around. Kelly
77 staying with the one right in the head, right ahead.
top 10, I believe, Sam. I mean, just from that little mistake.
I don't like
You
where
got a
I'm at.
little loose. Going to check up for just a sec.
Vincent Sora also seeing rumming action. There's the other 13
Damn, it's a freight train behind me too, isn't it?
red. That is Drew Jua, who's the 77 on.
You're clear.
They were rubbing against one another off the exit of 4. The last laps.
Good job, Brian.
Of each other spacing, if possible.
That looked fun.
Shocked by the drivers that started on that last restart up front. They have really given up a lot of positions for themselves.
G9 up 6 overall so far. Working lap 51.
Well, and also Gavin Rogers, who took the lead initially. He's back to 6th place. I know, shocking.
He used a lot of tire doing that.
Save these tires for later on in this run. We're only 18 laps of green flag racing so far on these.
He held you up quite a bit.
Drivers feel like this is going to be one of those races that you mentioned there was a lot of cautions here, but that was a different car. Maybe they kind of felt like
28's going to look low.
cautions in this
Left
race,
rear.
and they want to make sure they protect those tires, and that's why you see maybe grab Rogers fall back.
Side.
Position. There's only 1.2 seconds back. The problem is he's still got past 5 cars.
13's with you.
Challenging. That could really beat up tires. But you talked about the drivers falling back. I got
Back at your door again.
I think
He's on the bottom, holding it down.
it's talking about him running in 4th position.
13's coming up. 28 had no grip on exit. You are clear.
Speed in these next gen cars all season. You know how fast he was back in Michigan. Definitely probably wants to be able to show it tonight. He can get it done at Dover quietly up inside the top 5.
One driver that's done the opposite, biggest loser after going into pit road and getting caught with speeding penalty, Zach Hall, and I think he's finally got the go button. It is time to make some.
13 with you.
Only has been able to move up
Very, very close to your left rear.
30 seconds. So there's a lap.
Trying to roll to the center.
And that's
Nothing yet. Left rear now.
if we stay green, which this race
Side by side.
on. We're looking back at some of the past of this track here at
13 the bottom, left front. 51's behind him.
only
Not yet there. Clear low.
came out. Back in season 7, the last time we ran here, 15 cautions were thrown. Here tonight, based on the way we're seeing these drivers racing, it might be one of those low caution filled races, which might.
I'm out of tire.
51 looking left rear.
You protect your tires unless we get too many wiggles like that. Is
It's on lap 24 too. That sucks.
I can find the troublesome Christopher Morris as we're seeing.
All right, you're clear.
Truck Series drivers Cody Reed, Nick Crawford, and Christopher Norris. ISRC Truck Series come back just a few weeks away. We're excited to be giving you coverage of the season 7 for that series as Nick Crawford, Cody Reed, Crawford machine trying to find an opening, but it's just so hard to make passes right now this late in the run.
It's late into the run. These drivers are still running some pretty fast lap time. Running up high, you see the 74, Nick Crawford, but at under 25 seconds a lap, these drivers are clicking away. This race is flying by. We're already 1/3 of the way through, and you mentioned Zach Hall having that issue. Last week so fast on the road course, tonight qualifying.
Leader's last lap was 25.03. Yours is an 07, so you're running competitive times.
With this, without the help of caution 10, can't even get back to the top 10 at this point.
28 inside.
Without
Clear low.
might be a little tough to get a top 10 finish. I think a top 15 might be the window to watch out for. As watching out, it's going to be the 46. Trent Jump has a little bit of a scare off the exit turn 2, as that was behind this group you're just watching. They keep it together, but a big scare. Drivers having to scatter. 46 continues to be having troubles. He's just giving up position after position as Trent Jump tries to get himself rolling here tonight in this field. Obviously, the handling can fade away quickly. You get into that outside wall. I know you don't want to see it happen, but if you hit the wall on the right angle, you can have a broken vehicle immediately with a broken toe light.
Well, ever since they've done that update recently, a lot easier to damage these cars, keeping it true to the next-gen style of that rear suspension, just getting up into that wall and breaking it, and then you're kind of doglegging down the front straightaway and not enjoying that race anymore. You get in and get it fixed, go a couple laps down, and your race is pretty much over. With how tight these points are, you do not want to have any kind of issues. As you see right here on screen, the battle between the 97 and 68, just keeping their piece right there, but they want to get moving. Don't want to be losing any more time because these leaders are going to be coming up. Not lap traffic yet, but it
no
could happen
talent
pretty quick here.
moron.
Jared Hughes, part of that next level motorsport.
15,
You got two, buddy.
big runoff, looking low. Hold on.
Back for the
Not
battle
in this
inside of our top
league.
10.
You're good. You're good.
That wall's still on.
07 now inside.
The machine of Cedric Hunter trying to make his way
Going backwards.
07 on you.
continues to lose a little bit of that.
You're okay.
Also, it feels like it's every other car when we've had that shot looking down the barrel.
07 left rear, 16 behind.
Every other losing the rear end, either going into the wall or having the
He's not going to have the runoff. Clear low.
He's being troubled
God,
some
I thought I
spot
was done with
as
them,
we
and here's
continue
another
to see these laps tick away. 90 laps to go here tonight. It's Brian McCann now going to be pressured by Brian Noel. Also having Joshua Kanata, Tom Sinchek looking for a position and a place that maybe make a pass if possible.
While all that's been going on up front, Ed Shearer Jr., we talked about him being in fourth. He's dropped back to sixth, but Gavin Rogers, he was running sixth, up to third. The pole sitter gave up that track position early.
Coming up to 30 laps since we went back green.
Here in the car, now he's getting those positions back. He's got it under a second, but up to third position, more importantly.
And it's a big thing to see that Gavin Rogers moved up. Also seeing Edward Jr., he's been able to move up if possible, but he might be in trouble. Fear from Vincent Sora and John Forbes, who gave up a ton of track position for this exact moment to pressure their tires forward. Shane Darian starting to fall back as Drew Jua now has moved up into fourth, and a couple of drivers, like we said early on, willing to give up track position.
16 left rear.
Green it has, and now their mission, take every
Door.
possible with slightly more
Bumper.
tires
Clear.
they have here late in this run. So Grant, 31 laps so far green since our stage.
It's possible, Derek.
Yellow having the
Very possible.
drivers further on and back. That's
Got a good tire.
caution so far here tonight. If you're just joining us, this is race number 8 of the season.
What's the strategy look like?
Video coverage on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. My name is
Oh boy. Well, let's see.
It's Justin Malarkey as always here on Wednesday night, and Robert Warrior Jr. running productions for every single Freaky Fast broadcast. As we're watching the battling currently for 6th place, Vincent Sora in the 51, taking the inside groove over Edward Sherwood Jr. on the outside.
Vincent Soar's the one that had it figured out.
51, and it's Sherwood Jr.
He was slow off the start. Now he's really up there.
opening, but it's so tight. You gotta be careful, and any little mistake could be critical to ruin your night or someone else's. And the two-time champ Vincent Sora finds an opening, and he'll pounce on it after that little slip-up.
71's going to continue to fight back on that outside. Just seems like the 71's struggling to rotate through the center of the corner. Just kind of can't keep the car on the bottom. He's able to run the outside still, but I think the 51 and the 11, they're probably going to be running out of patience here. Maybe start pushing the envelope a little bit more each time.
16, that was pushing and pushing and pushing. Now left
A little bit
front.
to that 9 in front.
26 behind him. 26 has nothing off the corner.
The car is just kind of
16 low.
good.
He's pushing you up towards the wall.
Gonna try and jump to the outside and maybe get a run.
Inside.
As you see the 71 get loose, here's the opportunity. It's Vincent Sora going to go to the inside. Will he clear him?
Trying to find a spot. Can he finally clear it?
Completely clipped your nose. 26 now left rear.
Wanting to see if he can have a crack at it as the 51 still stays side by side.
26 left front.
Tricky position.
Still there.
You're just waiting.
Oh,
74 now looking inside. You got a big run because you had the checkup.
You're assuming it's the driver that you've been following.
ain't nobody
16
driving.
is blocking all lanes. It's ridiculous.
Ways
Yep, 74 left rear.
keeps it straight, and And with that little move, Sora backs out.
32.
Edward Short Jr. does, and now John Forbes.
Behind you.
Little opportunity with Sora. Played a little bit more backed off. He got spooked.
Still
Finally, they're up 4.
I tell you what, that's such a classic over.
How's that bottom lane faster? It's crazy.
Right there.
You're okay.
It's so hard for multiple laps on the inside to get around someone, and then you can't. You get loose.
Guys that laid back.
Sometimes you able to jump to your outside, and you end up giving up a
I'm
spot
getting held up.
You're really having to check up
right there for the 50, not to be able to.
time for that guy in front of you.
Forbes
Yeah, I can't do nothing.
Yeah,
here.
38 now inside.
is able to capitalize if a similar incident
You are clear low.
Try and find a spot. Can you make this attack be made? And you need to make this pass immediate because you are catching up to the 9 of Shane Tarian, who is backing off on his
All right, right side.
fade away, and it's become a little bit more
It's going to be a drag race all the way down.
3 to the 9 machine ahead of them, and every
Right front,
time
right door,
takes away, it's another chance to try to pounce forward.
right side.
Can we get into that
I just can't get on the throttle.
Hold on to it. There you go.
Damn.
road because
Yeah.
the drivers, if they were
Derek, I missed that, unfortunately.
we're about 10 laps
Right front,
from drivers maybe having
right front.
tire issues and maybe thinking about making a pit stop. Others
Clear all the way around. 38 left rear.
another 20 to 30 laps before they enter pit road for the final time here tonight.
Left front.
I would love to pit.
laps. The way this race is going,
Clear.
These really
One tag in the wall. Just go low.
You're going to get that fresh rubber, but if you can't make it to the end of the race on fuel, going in early like that, it could really scare you because you're
Clear up.
going to go down at least 1 lap, potentially 2 laps, depending on where you are on track right now. That caution comes out, that could be detrimental to your night.
I'm definitely down for getting tires.
To get to at least lap 90, then they feel pretty safe about
Okay.
making it. But I tell you what,
What do you think? 6 more? Come down lap 80.
time because that tire difference could be over a good second per lap.
See the Andrew Medlin came for ourselves. He's seen
Or you think it's too early?
much on top of one another, and that's
Yeah, maybe too early. Let's see if I can stay in front of the train behind me. Looks like there's a big train behind me.
20 laps. They have been relentless.
I really need to get around
Okay.
Tom here.
Pass solidified, and Nick Crocker finally is able to do so.
Somebody's dragging.
Medlin trying to find an opening to go high, low, past
Caution's out.
Cody Reed and that Larry Art Productions machine.
Yep. Stay middle, stay middle, stay middle.
So far, now
There you go.
opportunity to make a pass.
Good job. Okay, you're good.
Ahead. It's John Forbes. Big wreck for a lot of our front runners.
All right.
They just slow
So,
down. They're
all the way around.
where the wreck is. Some drivers trying
That kind of made that decision for us.
an opening. And
Yeah, it was getting real hard to drive, so
Hunter with a few.
I was changing my mind about going in.
A few other drivers, heavy damage, and Ken Campbell in the 15
All
involved.
right, now we know what to do off the start, though. I ain't doing that again.
11 of Forbes.
That
It's
was
not a 32.
terrible.
Zach Hall stuck
Yeah,
up there. He had
yeah.
a speeding penalty, and that kind of put him back there around this where this accident ended up. So unfortunate for him. We're going to get the replay here really
All right.
shortly. But it looked
Get
like
the spotter back on for you here.
And watch out between the 11 and the 9. It's off the exit of turn 4 where we're going to be seeing this issue, and it looks similar to what brought out our first caution or a couple of other incidences. Just one driver getting slow off the exit of the corner, the other runs up at full song, contact made, and there's the contact. Shantarian and John Forbes, and a little bit of netcode that puts the 11 up off the ground, and that little bit of a move gets them out of shape. Vincent Sora involved, same for Cedric Hunter. Here comes the flying 15 at Campbell, and we'll see, I believe, one more driver pile in late, and I think that might be Zach Hall, just nowhere to go.
Yeah, I know what to do, or
But the
at least I think I
brakes
know what to
lace
do.
here, and there's the major contact between the 11 and the 32.
you can see all the pieces of the rubber. The 32 just sliding up there, no grip.
All right, ready.
All right, that's it. Go.
Way up
Come,
there.
come, come. Don't speed.
Unfortunate incident. We'll have to try and get on board there with the 32 and
That's Aaron there, isn't it?
that all unfolded. But look at this, just bouncing off one another.
Oh, he got a late join.
The heavy contact with the 13, and then Zach Hall right here at the end coming in
single
to
file.
finish off the 11. Unfortunately,
Absolute
Oh, we weren't wearing it in too bad.
lose. Field
69, 66.
There was enough space, and we'd been green long enough that that could have been a lot.
Yeah, no, I burned my tires up.
So
at the
near
beginning.
that point, that's deeper in the field.
Yeah, that was 40 laps.
Contact by the 15, just nowhere to go for himself.
Right here, if it goes green to the end, I think we can make it on fuel. So we were
That's
definitely gonna have to save tires on this one.
Heavily involved in our first official DNF of the night. We had a driver that wasn't even involved with that. Carl Buller has left the server. 53 is out of this.
Somebody got caught.
You're still up 2 from Q.
See Forbes in pit road for quite a while, and maybe also see Zach Hall getting a little bit more repairs, unless somehow he's...
Yeah, we should be good on fuel. I think it's like 90 laps.
Nose-to-nose contact. Both Zach Hall and John Forbes back.
So we really got to save. Where's
certainly is going to be an awkward.
Oh, he was in a wreck.
but
Vincent
also
Sora.
makes this awkward. This puts these drivers in the window of.
Yeah, he got collected by a car that was up on the wall.
You make your tires last to the end.
I need to do what he
At
was.
least I think that was him.
Drivers definitely, if they think it's going
He was slow for about the first 4 or 5 laps.
Rogers do it, but the problem was he wasn't able to get back to the lead and get around Ryan Kelly. So very important. You want to save those tires, but how much do you give up, Sam? That would be the battle these drivers will have.
Track temps down to 120.
It's going to be very important to see who's able to do what on this restart and how fast they're able to get to the front and then go into tire conservation.
I knew I was burning my tires up last time, but I wanted that track position. I figured that was
front. Saw there for a second.
important.
That was the 13 blue and red.
hell. We went like 40 some laps green, so
Number here this evening is the 77 on our ticker. Gavin Rogers falls to
probably go green here again.
third. Larry Yingling fourth and fifth.
That's possible.
So
All right,
check.
man,
We're
we're
gonna wait
going
and
green
see if
next
the
time,
lights
bye.
go off.
All right, man.
This
Line up
time
on the
by
outside
for
row
the
now.
They're going to be on the outside again. 5th row.
Yeah, I don't want to do that side by side. That's
stay running
quite
here, but
dangerous.
if the lights click off, we'll go to a commercial break, and it looks like the lights are off. We're going this time by Justin. We're going green. These drivers just had a long.
Got to do first gear this time too.
After having a 23-lap race of starting to run for a stage, then we just had this long 40-lap run. What do you think the mentality is on the knowledge they picked up on the tire wear and maybe pushing a little bit more?
Well, knowing that they got another 70 laps to go, like you said, they could make it on fuel. The tires will definitely be screaming at the end of that run. I think you kind of got to make sure you take care of your stuff here. I mean, the problem is if you get a string of cautions, if you give up 2 or 3 spots, caution.
So right here, I'm just going to try to get in line and just ride.
Next one, and before you know it, you're back 5 or 6 spots from where you want to be. That's not going to be ideal. So you really got to make sure you go. Just don't go too hard.
All right.
That's the hardest part about racing.
It really is. As we are
Guy in front of me is in second.
Coming to the restart line.
We just had
Ready, ready, ready.
green flag
Go, go, go.
racing for ourselves. 2 races of the 3 have had only 2 cautions. Finished out inside regulation. Let's see if we can have another one of those runs. Starting on the
Inside.
It's going to be Drew Jua. Outside lane, not able to take off. And Ryan Kelly once again rewarded for being behind the leader. All this,
2-5 left front.
back to third. It's going to be down to Rogers.
Clear low.
This same scenario before. Watch out for Rogers. He might just play a little bit more protective. Save these tires for later on. While Ryan Kelly, he's right back to the point. He wants that clean air badly.
He's going to waste no time driving it down low and 3 and 4. Look at that. He's just going to clear the 13 or 77 at Drew, depending on what you are looking at. He's got the different.
Going to have a slow car coming up on the bottom.
Got a battle right here.
He went down to the apron.
That 06 machine, he's been fast tonight.
17's behind you.
Tom Bourne right there running in the top 10. He's got a slow car on the inside. Looks like that might be.
Glad that car behind me is not
If you
pushing
can
too hard.
save and protect your spot at the same time.
He's just at this.
What's that?
He's
Yeah, I'm driving real easy right now. I think everybody's driving easy.
clock laps down. And for the rest of the people to know where that driver's going to be. Also looking at this shot right now, we have got Tom Simchek, Tom Bourne, side by side, 8th and 9th place. In front of them is Christopher Norris, our biggest.
Everybody's on the same strategy.
26 positions, 38 machine. As the Toms go back and forth on who's going to be finishing or moving up in the 8th, excuse me, but contact between the 06 and the 26.
Single file all the way back to you.
But it's Tom Bourne that keeps his foot on the throttle, and he'll keep that spot. It's Christopher Norris puts down the fastest lap of the race.
Christopher Norris building up all that speed. Another driver building the speed. Brian P. Johnson up in the 5th position. Definitely have it quiet at night. Didn't have the qualifying effort. But he has that race speed. He's under his second, running right there in the top 5. He has a chance to get up there and take this lead if he's able to do it. As soon as you see a car slap the wall right there, come out of the corner right there, coming from number 9 machine. Just a little pissed going down the front straight with what we saw, how that could easily bring out a caution. Luckily, no caution right there. It was the 97 machine who got up in the wall to Tim Horton's car.
That's going to be Mike Tellier, your Daytona Oval winner a few races ago. Now seeing Danny Cochran in that Lariat Productions machine, trying to push his way forward behind him. in the gray and white. And Skews a little bit jacked up here tonight, but that's going to be the 46 of Trent Jump in the 46 white and gray. And behind him, going to be also seen the 72 of Matt Meir. Matt Meir, we can have a solid
10-4.
contenders around that 16th place in points fall off. Meir could move in, but that's
the hard part.
because of Douglas Newbiggins' 2-race suspension. It leaves a wide open spot on who can be moving into 16th in points.
Getting in the top 16, most important thing. We talk about it every week. Got to be in the top 16 to have a chance to run for that championship. And you never know what's going to happen. You got to keep advancing, getting good races, and before you know it, you have a great chance to get in there. Just got to be there. If you're not there, Sam, don't have a chance.
Nick Crawford wrecked. Caution's out.
That could work out for the 72 of Matt Meir.
No
That'd be
trouble.
perfect.
It's Nick Crawford getting contacted, spun around, and trouble in front of the field as the 74 goes down into the pit wall. And luckily, that was further on.
10 laps. Is anybody going to pit?
But Nick Crawford.
I think you pit here, right?
It's iffy.
After battling between Brian Noel.
We pit here, right?
It was a little bit wrong.
It was a little wrong.
You definitely can. I would say if they go in ahead of you, go on. I'll actually set your spotter on just in case. You got 2 sets of tires left anyway.
If they go in, if they all stay out, I'm staying out. If they all go in, I'm going in. If it's split, I'm going in.
We talked about him tonight and just kind of gets caught up.
Okay.
And gonna be again. See the slight.
I mean, we go.
There.
Nobody going in.
I don't know if there was.
They're staying. Nope. Everybody's staying out.
The spacing, but there's a little bit of space, and it could have been net code. These hit boxes with everyone racing all around the country. Sometimes internet cause a factor of getting these drivers into trouble.
About 4 or 5 cars behind you when it went in.
It's a net code issue that we got to see.
But there's going to be a big gap between them and you.
It's that interesting time for the field because we talked
23 guys stayed out.
How if we had a 10-lap run, you might think about going into pit road, maybe taking an advantage. But with how big the field is, looks like
dang, Aaron's out here driving 76 laps down.
For us, we'll take this advantage. We're going to take our first commercial break of the evening. I want to say thank you so much for joining with us on your.
He has gained 1 spot.
As the WSSR Cup Series has been giving us great racing action here at Dover, as we have coming up to 90 laps in. This is race number 8 for the Dover 150. I want to say thank you again for joining with us. When we come back, more concrete racing action. Who could be the driver to watch out for? Kelly, Drew Jua, or Gavin Rogers, or could it be someone else? We'll find out when we come back right after this.
I need to learn how to drive these cars. What's the secret?
They're a different animal altogether. Some of those guys in Chicopee on Monday nights are really, really good in these cars.
Yeah, I chose not to plow into another one, and I locked up because of it, and I plowed into the one that was dead already. So, my bad, John. All good. If it's worth anything, I threw myself in the wall trying to slow down.
What was that, Zach? I had some annoying bug in my ear.
No, I was just telling him, if it's worth anything, I threw myself in the wall trying to slow it down. So.
I saw you trying, and I was like, well, I guess we're going to hit again for like the 4th time.
Yeah, I think hitting the wall might have helped a little bit, so I didn't kill myself, but I felt bad for, I mean, you're already ripped apart in the front, but yeah, I didn't mean to make it worse.
Did you see where you were in points before the race started tonight?
Actually, it's fine. Maybe like a crack in the fender, but it's,
I think I dropped out of the top 16 somewhere. I want to say I'm somewhere like 17, 18.
Zach and whoever else.
Okay.
What was it last week? Didn't we do pretty bad last week? Was that Daytona Road?
The week before that wasn't that bad. Wasn't that great? Yeah. Last week, I think it was like what 13th, and yeah, 13th and 13th, even after the inversion.
Yeah. A lot of bad luck
could have been
this
worse.
season.
Yeah. Track temps continuing to fall down to 118. Air temp staying steady. 8-mile-per-hour wind. All right, Kelly and Jua on the front row.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to
You got Stafford and Medlin behind you.
action on your Wednesday night on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. My name is Sam Dyer. Joining me up the booth is Justin Malarkey, as well as Robert Moyer Jr. running productions in the background. As we are
All right, coming to the restart zone. Ready, ready, ready.
It'll be 59
Go.
laps to go when we go green here. Ryan Kelly,
High side clear if you want it.
runners with Larry Yingling, Gavin
Right, we're here.
Lawrence, and Brian P. Johnson, your top 6. As the field enters the restart.
Outside, he's a lane and a half up.
Flag action as Kelly
Still right rear.
for himself, but everyone else caught sleeping down into turn number 1.
Still there.
We're napping for sure. That's a huge restart by Brian Kelly.
You are clear up, sir.
And most importantly, he can kind of maybe conserve tires for a lap or two before they're even able to run them back down. Huge restart for the 3 of Brian Kelly. If he goes on this race, he might be talking about that restart at lap 91.
Gonna be taking off, hoping that he can utilize this space. Protect
Single file all the way back to you.
everyone else, though, in line, looking like a train with how much they are just staying on rails on the inside throughout the corners. As the field settles in, they recognize this race technically could go green if everyone can make it from here. So it's protect your tires. Hope you've got the advantage for later on in this race. But if everyone's backing up on their pace here, Justin, there's a few drivers further on back that might try to take the reap the reward of putting on the pressure, as Larry Yingling, second place, because they're not holding back, puts down the fastest lap of the race.
Puts down the fastest lap of the race and gains back all that time that Brian Kelly got on the restart. I can't believe how quick these drivers got single file up here. We saw so many of them being double file on restarts, but right now on this later in the race restart, they got single file pretty quick. As I say that though, two of them getting pulled out, and you're going to get side by side right here. Be Brian P. Johnson, one of the drivers that can make a move that you see right here. Talking about Brian McCann, that's your pick. He's starting to try and get back up there inside that top 10. Your pick, Sarah Sam, is he going to be able to get it done?
Well, my pick big might not be pushing us forward as quickly as I would like, but your guys' pick for Robert Moyer Jr. and for Johnston, they both picked Ryan Kelly, who leads this race, as our pick'ems before the race even went green. But trouble for drivers further on back. Tyler Dangler in the 19 had trouble up next to turn 4. We stay green as he's on the apron. Drivers up front, the battling really is around 4th on back, where drivers continue to fight side by side.
13 and 61 are side by side behind you.
As well.
13 is a little bit better, rolling the bottom.
You left your
Red
front bumper on the
61
front
is
side.
trying to defend.
13 is Drew Chua.
Get it out to the
Rogers
race.
on the inside trying to make the pressure to go forward. And I think for Gavin Rogers, I know that we've got some fans out in chat for the 75. He's got to get a little bit more aggressive. He needs to take the front and get this fresh air and pull away. That's exactly where he found the advantage during the stage run. But then he's been backing off, trying to kick his tires a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more aggression from the 75 to get himself up front, and that's exactly what we're seeing now, put the pressure in the second place.
Trying to get around second place, but Larry Yingling battling hard on that outside line, does not want to give up that track position. More importantly, doesn't want to give up the clean air either. From being up front, as you know, the further them back you go, the harder it gets. These cars just don't want to drive when they're back in that dirty air. And the 74
Way to be conservative, Brian.
pass on that Larry Yingling cheat. So he's going to stay there in 3rd place, like you said, though. He's got to get the aggression, get back to that front. Coming to 50 laps. You know how quick they go here at Dover. They could be over really fast.
Well, our winner from Daytona putting down the fastest lap. That's Mike Tellier back in 27th position. We have on board with the 77 and Drew Chua runs in 4th place. And in the mirror, he's being pressured by the season 1 champ of Brian P. Johnson, the 25, putting down the marker in for Mark Johnson. He's one of a few drivers here tonight. He's probably the last one that can do it. You know, the first driver to be a 2-time winner at Dover in this whole entire WSSR series, and trying to get himself back to victory lane for this season. He always feels like Brian is always down to get at least one win a season.
The 100 lap mark, 49 to go.
On Drew Chua, again, the 13 on screen. But the driver that's the biggest mover here tonight, it's the 38 of Christopher Norris, up 27 positions from where he started all the way back in 33rd place.
At that middle line, running down through the corners, going to try and come out here and get underneath. As you see, actually looks like maybe he lost a position there. The 06 machine getting by him. That's Tom Bourne there, going to take 6th place, or maybe they were battling side by side. But regardless, 2 drivers right here battling, and you can see those leaders up there. They know if they could just get up there and get alongside them, they might be able to make the moves and then try and battle, hold those guys off. They just got to get around them first.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Can you hold off and get around as in see Drew Jua, 13 on the outside, able to get the run. And make a pass on 3rd place, trying to push back Gavin Rogers, our pole setter. Back another position if possible. Gavin Rogers again trying to become the most winningest driver so far this season. If he wins tonight, would be win number 3. So we're in the final third of tonight's race. McKelly wants redemption, dominated back in season 7 at this racetrack, but wasn't able to find the gold as he was caught up in trouble between himself and Lucky Ducks. Here tonight might be another Lucky Duck driver to watch out for. Fujua trying to grab his first win of the season. Talking about Christopher Norris, big mover. Cody Reed, he was fighting with Nick Crawford before they got their best between one another. That was battling back for 20th position. Now inside of the top 10 in 8th place is the 25. What a recovery for himself. Also staying quiet behind him.
Like how steady you are off the corner. Keep it going, Brian.
Inside of the top 10.
And inside the top 10, that's important for the points. Those drivers are getting their jobs done, doing what they need to. You see right here, we're on board with Christus holding a pretty wheel, trying to see what he's going to do coming in this corner. He's going to run about the middle of the track right there, see if he's able to bring it to the bottom and exit the corner. Car looks pretty smooth right there. Doesn't see too much wiggle on the steering wheel. Tells me the car is driving pretty good right here. As you get that great view of the 3-story drop you mentioned, from going on the straightaway down into the corners. That just puts a tremendous load on the car and on the driver.
Oh, we got a slipper.
Make any mistakes right here, you can see them just drop off.
And I've been watching a few of the guys ahead of you starting to have some issues.
Here, driver talk about shifting down. Stint.
I've been really trying to save that right rear.
Old Static Thompson going to be looking for the outside run, but shifting. Driver said there was a risk.
Oh, you're pulling away from Bronson Stafford just a little bit.
The way to go. That was interesting.
You put 2/10 on him over the last 3 laps.
Of the rev limiter.
Make that 3.
Red, and that means they are using every little bit of speed that's left in that gear.
Top 5 or single file, double file behind him.
They make it work using that 4th gear command.
It'll be interesting if they start to stack up.
Get those rear tires overheated by sliding them and putting that extra stress on them. And sometimes being in that 4th gear makes the car want to push up out of the corners too, as you're carrying more load on the front tires by pushing from the rear with that extra gear. It's all different strategies.
Yeah, ain't no use to try to pass anybody. We just need them to be slower.
Millisecond on track, because it all that as the race goes on. As you see, a great battle right here tonight, trying to get back to those positions. Going to get under 14 and 61, trying to do both of it. But as you say that, well, right there, Andrew Medlin, he has a chance to get to the outside of the 9 if he can't clear these drivers.
Also, another driver we really talk about a lot. We saw in battles the 14 of GT Rosario side by side with Shane Terry in that prime orange machine. Find a way to work on that outside, not able to do so. Shane Terry and Bronson Stafford, teammates at Sky Motorsports, continue to fight back and forth, and it's now enabling drivers that hit it for tires. Now they'll be pushing forward. Vincent Sora might be damaged, might be wounded, but he's willing to try to fight to get inside of the top 15. It's Matt Meir, trouble for the 72. He slides in front of the field, but we stay green. Somehow he gets that nose pointed straight. The field reacts to stay, keep it all together. We stay green with 40 laps to go.
That was a crazy moment right there. I luckily able to save it. I mean, wow, what a huge save. It could have definitely wiped.
All right, Brian, they're coming back to you.
Across the track. Sam, what you talked about, though, right before that incident, Vincent Sora, he decided to go in and get tires, trying to make up that ground.
This is the point where it started to get a little interesting earlier.
Be able to make it as far up as he's hoping for, but hey, anytime you have extra tires, it gives you a chance. As you see right here, the battle's starting to heat up for 2nd position. Going to pull to the inside.
That's Ed Shearer behind you.
With 77 on screen, reminds you what the number mix-up. He's going to be able to clear Yingling pretty fast. Able to clear him right going into that corner. Didn't waste any time. Going to set his eyes on the 3.
It's the same cast of cars that slowed you down earlier.
Right, Kelly, this is looking ominously like deja vu of what we saw back in season 7, up front dominating the race, and then it was a bunch of late cautions that forced us into overtime that cost the 3 a chance to win. Garrett Dover, he wants redemption, wants to lead the most laps and win the race. Impossible in the 3, looking strong as he does when it comes to tracks similar to this.
You're good, you're good, you're good. Keep it low, clear up.
And it's about keeping your nose straight on a loose
06 has nothing for you. Shears behind you.
see from Brian Kelly when we come to these types of courses. And it's always interesting, even if the dimensions are different of the course we go to, if it's that style of racing, it's the same drivers always pop up.
Don't push.
Courses.
You're good.
These drivers have certain tracks figured out. Sometimes it doesn't even matter the car, they just kind of know how to rotate the corners through these tracks, and I think that's what you're seeing right now. Ryan Kelly, just one of those drivers, has to figure it out. But other drivers, they want to try and figure it out too. Right now, we're battling back here on screen. You see Cedric Hunter trying to make up some of those positions. One of those drivers that was running inside the top 5 when we had an issue with the wall and out of the corner of turn side, I believe it was 1 and 2. And he kind of got up in the wall and lost the track position. Trying to fight back though right now. And Vincent Sora, one of those drivers on fresh tires, trying to march back to the front.
Fresh tires, trying to go with a recovery run. Vincent Sora, Zach Hall, both inside of the top 20 and both moving forward. Vincent Sora might have a good chance of going for a top 10 finish.
There you go. Way to look in the middle. Keep a little bit of clean air on the nose.
He's putting down. Vincent Sora would be competing for 3rd place if he was up front with this little bit of tire help of having a 10 lap.
51.
Zach Hall on the other
Bottom side, not yet there. Clear.
Similarly,
Oh, tight.
51, but not
Right with
loose.
you.
on each
Left rear.
four as
You're good.
in it as well.
See the new tires.
Side by side, Nick Crawford that was
Yep.
with
Yeah.
earlier as well as John Ford.
So we ain't got nothing for him.
Settle mode. Let's get the points we can get. Stay out on track. That's exactly what we're seeing.
Well, if he opens up some holes, there you go. Fill it. Clear low.
Looking very much not safe, but willing to put on a great racing action.
Go low and give him the help.
John Forbes make this pass. We got to move back up to the battle lane just outside the top 10 because Vincent Sora is continuing to move forward. He just got by Brian
I can't do it.
Clear up.
For instance, this is for 10th place. Vincent
You're okay.
Sora with the
You're fine.
tire advantage, even with damage. The 51 is marching forward.
And marching forward, does he have a chance? We have 30 laps to go, but what do you think, Sam? You said he was a little bit faster, running about the same speed as the leaders. Is that going to
Oh, I slid my left front tire.
that barrier where we start running faster than the leaders with that?
That hurt me
13
big
low.
time.
Off the corner.
Of being fast.
Door.
I think if anything, he might slow down quicker than what our leaders are going at.
13 still there. You're keeping him pinched down. Not going to be able to get back in the throttle too quick.
Was
Still low.
10,
There you go. You got the lane.
51. I think if Vincent
Nice.
at this point, he might be good enough.
13's going to come up behind you.
Top 5 could be possible.
Mind your exit.
So there, a little bit of a blink. The 51 has
There you go, sir. Good job.
this season. If his computer holds, his speed stays well, we could be seeing the 51 maybe go for a shocking top 5 finish.
Be something to watch, but he's going to have to get around this machine right here in front
P11, sir.
of Tom Senchak. He's going to dive down to the inside and we'll
Getting closer and closer to 25 to go. Working lap 122.
a little bit, able to get back to the bottom.
13 left rear.
It's just carrying the speed right now. He's got it.
Still there.
0.8 seconds. So keep an eye on it if he's able to get it down anymore.
Cedric knows how to do that.
Throwing it
bottom
under
line.
you. Door.
But also a big thing to watch out for. Battling.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
17th
Still there.
position. If we're going to see a record
You're going to have to launch off.
race, it might be for
Left rear. Clear low.
because they have been side by side, and Zach Hall has been the driver on the move, trying to find an opening to slice his way through this pack.
Almost looks like he might be backing up his corner a little bit.
See drivers falter as Hall, Ford, they make contact on the exit of Ford. Hold steady, keep it together as they go into turns 1 and 2. It's Hall with the nose ahead and will muster his way forward.
There you go.
A nice move by the 32. He
25 to go next time.
puts him in 15th place. This is exactly where the redemption run for Hall after his major contact with John Forbes. He continues.
Yeah, he really backed it up there.
And it all started for Hall.
Looking low.
That stage yellow pit stop where it all went wrong. And he's now going to be trying to move forward. But now
Still there. Left front.
his teammates Tom Bourne, Shane Terrian boxing in, Danny Cobb,
Door.
the rest of the field behind. Who's going to find an opening to get by? As GT Rizari gets a little bit
Clear.
risky with a dashing move to the inside.
These drivers are at that point where they've been on these tires a long time. I know we had the caution to cool them down, but they definitely, as you see, just kind of slide up into the wall there. That exit of 4 is giving people problems right now. These tires are starting to definitely lose grip. They got 25 more laps to go. As you see right here, you're right on board, trying to complete the pass there.
All right, sir, 25 to go.
There in front of them, not able to do it though. As you see how much these cars are sliding around and get to the bottom, they can't hold it, they slide up. And that's when you kind of get contact in the middle of those corners.
We are now into one of the longest runs on a set of tires for some of these drivers, and this is that worrisome phase. 25 laps to go, and every lap that goes away, if you are pushing the tires too aggressively for this whole run, you're now in that question mark zone of will your tires even hold up to the end of this race, or could we see some drivers have a blown tire that could send them into pit road? If you blow a tire, you get a required damage flag. You must head to pit road. In the field, with the way we're seeing them run, I think for some, they feel confident. I think for Vincent Sora, after his pit stop, he can be very aggressive as he's only 38 laps on these tires. Rest of the field, 50 laps on these tires. I know they had a caution in between, but that's still a long time on just one set of tires here at Dover.
A long time to be out there abusing those tires, especially as you get towards the end of this race, pushing as hard as you can, trying to get all the positions. I tell you what, Vincent Sora, though, he loves the fact that he's got a little bit fresher tire. He's losing the time. Unfortunately, it's down to 5.8 seconds, so the fans of Vincent Sora not sure he's going to get that win.
3 wide, Sora to the outside. He'll put the pressure. He'll back out smartly on Brian Johnson and also force Cody Reed to back out. A little bit of tactician moves there, and that was a scary marker for
Zach Hall. Just moved up behind you. He was one of the guys that went down on lap 88.
He has to go. He's got the tires. Needs to be making every big move possible. And with that little bit of a shunt to the outside, gave an opening for 2 pet moves. He'll now move forward. Cody Reed, Johnson, they're back to their duel of going side by side.
Well, these are all putting on a good race, these drivers right now. There's a bunch of cars right here running different. Look at that distinct lines. You got even a guy, Cody Reed there, was up high in that corner right there. Christopher Norris, I believe it was as well.
There you go. Take it low.
The track, kind of running the bottom middle.
Right front.
Trying to find all that grip they can. Vincent Sora, he's trying to pull away from this group right now.
Outside door.
Advantage, like we said, though, it's just not going to be able to get up there. And
still there. Nice exit.
He's losing time, but he might get the top 3 at the way he's going.
As well as seen other battles going on.
Still outside.
13 Peak Machine Cedric Hunter is Brad McCann, Joshua Kanata. This is battling for 11th and 12th.
I can't do it.
Clear.
Cedric Hunter trying to make his march to move.
No, you gotta try.
Looking at fast drivers right now.
He slowed up quite a bit.
Still out by 16. They'll continue.
In the first long run we had.
Less than 20 laps.
32 is gonna look low.
This is crunch time. Hit your marks. You protected your tires this long. For some, they still have to be in defensive mode. Others
still there, left rear.
To attack if you want to grab these positions.
Side by side.
Norris, Vincent Sora.
18 to go.
This is going to be a fun one to watch to the end. I think for Christopher Norris, it's kind of a sitting duck. 2
still inside.
Speed, running about 2 tenths, making 3 tenths faster than 30.
Right back.
Gotta give kudos to Norris.
Dead heat.
Having a spectacular
threw it in. He's clear up.
Did not put down a qualifying time. So we're only back in 33rd position. Now up to 5th. But now he's got one of the fastest drivers on track, pounding on that back bumper, and every lap getting bigger and bigger in that mirror.
And getting closer, like you said. But it's amazing just seeing the difference in the grooves. He was really way up there in that turns 3 and 4, and as I say that, he runs back to the middle. Christopher Norris is going to go up high, try to throw some air on him, but unfortunately, Vincent Sora shouldn't put it up there to run that high. It's kind of that cat and mouse game of who's going to go to what lane.
06 outside, or 16 outside.
Right to 38, get back to the gas.
Oh, contact!
Oh, no!
Oh, no! Vincent Sora holds on. They came together looking for...
Drag race all the way down. Still staying green, no yellow.
All that
Keep it going.
Little bump, contact, reset, Sora.
Ed Shears behind you.
Lose the momentum for...
16's up high.
Now it's
He's clear.
It's the second.
I can't do the bottom side.
Importantly, don't be able to keep the car off the wall. That could have been a really bad night to battle back and get 15 laps to go and then have
I just ain't got it.
To keep the car off. Wow, that got close there. It shows you how hard it is.
Oh, P goes low. Try high.
Their tires just right now. These cars.
14 to go.
Right now, you try and pull to the inside of someone, and it's really hard. If you can get to that outside quarter panel, that might be easier to make the pass. But really hard to get there.
Try and make every move possible if you can. It's been a fun one. So
Cheers inside, left rear.
on all,
You're going to have the launch off.
on fantastic
Him and his Deuce are side by side.
tonight has been purely dominated by one driver, and that is Ryan Kelly. Once he got the lead, he never looked back. And for Kelly, trying to add another concrete surface to his leaderboards of wins. The three.
Danny Cochran was on pit road the last time, same as you, so he does not have fresher tires.
Michigan, and then also one at Atlanta back in this.
Looking left rear.
Three is hoping to get another one notched on. This go around, not in a Gen 4 car, but in the next.
He almost took your bumper.
Drivers watching the battle.
Still left rear.
For 10th place, excuse me, now make it for 9th. Zach
Clear.
trying to get by Cody Reed here with 13 laps to go.
Pretty impressive for the 32 machine. We saw the heavy impact on that previous car.
We have no tire left.
I got up into the wall there, almost an incident with the 32.
Literally no tire.
Stay off of one another. But wow,
Coming to 10 to go.
heavy contact, and it didn't really show the damage on screen. I guess it was
2 inside. Coming up a little bit. Hold your line. There you go. He lost it. Clear.
Pretty.
It's being raced by the racing gods. That's what we call it. That is when you make hard contact with another driver and also in the wall, and you're able to continue running. The racing gods said, okay, we'll race you this time around. Next time, you will not survive that type of incident. And Zach Halsey will continue to race on, and now going to be slotted up to 9th place. You also saw a driver getting very loose behind. That was Danny Cochran in the 2 machine. He's been getting out of sorts, but we're closing in on 10 laps to go here tonight for Ryan Kelly, hoping this race stays green. The rest of the field hoping this race continues on, but Danny Cochran once again very loose off the exit turn 4, continues to lose positionings. This 2 purple Larry Art machine is
There you go.
struggling every lap. It gets worse and worse on that every exit.
Nice.
Nice to see another puff of smoke there. Looks
17 went with you.
they're up in front, kind of got into the wall. Was that the
Clear low.
Escher Jr., I believe?
Was.
Saw a little
Well played, Brian.
I mean, right now, Sam, these guys, 9 laps to go, they're pushing hard, but you can tell the cars just are not driving, or they're almost hard to stay straight on the straightaways even. It's just these guys keep getting up there and popping into the wall.
And also, this is the longest green flag run on a set of tires this drivers have ran all season long.
Good exit right there.
Low, and then
Made up big time.
The rest of the field blitzes on by. Luckily, they were able to get in the line, but Edward Shore Jr. wants to make some passes on Ryan Johnson, whose tires have fallen away. This is the battle for 14th position. Who can move forward? 8 laps to go. Keep our cameras on this battle because this could bring out a late yellow that would change everything here for our leader, Ryan Kelly. For Drew Chua, we know it. There is a caution. Pit stops are expected, and we've seen a couple of big lead changes or passes be made with pit stops here tonight. GTO Zari gets by the 20.
Oh my
Whoa,
God.
hold on. Wait. No big
Can't turn
movements there, bud.
Can't turn left in this car.
He'll fall backwards, but one driver that's
No.
forward inside
Not this late in the tires.
has made the pass. But Christopher Norris up to 7th place.
Clear up. Nah.
Also might have a chance to try to get by the likes of Cedric Hunter, if possible, and a Vince
71
the time
outside.
up. So 38 continues to fall backwards. It was a great run.
2's going to make a run outside now.
Quickly, if he wants to stay inside of the top 10.
Yeah, I
Enter
ain't got
freight
nothing
train
for him
here,
on the
sir.
bottom.
Coming up,
71's going to make a hole on the bottom. 2 outside. Clear up.
this race has been clean and green, but obviously the handling is at its worst at this current moment.
2 got loose, put himself in a wall.
It's just
Clear up.
Kelly's he's going to be coming up on 4 cars in front of him, 5 laps to go. This could be, I mean,
2 coming back on you. Clear.
right now, but you just never know. Hey, they're kind of running different lanes. He's going to try and make it right here. Is he going to force the issue 3 wide? He's going to do it.
2 looking low.
Wide,
Left rear.
Tellier,
Door.
Stafford, and luckily they gave each other
Coming off the corner. You got the better move.
behind. You will lose this 2 seconds.
2 going to go ahead and throw it back inside. 14 with you.
He has an advantage. Now able to get by.
Door to door coming off.
Ryan Noel and Kelly with that pass, putting lap cars in between.
14 still with you. Left rear.
That could be the nail in the coffin. If we
Back inside. Sliding up a little bit. You have to check up.
multiple passes,
Right back with you.
Vince
You're going to have the run.
drivers the freshest of
There you go. Clear low.
time in their own pool.
Good job, Ryan.
The battle of the freshest tires. Who can do it? Who's could he get back to 5th place and get a top 5 one of them? Zach Hall might be the best bet right now as he is able to get by Vincent Soar. But coming to 3 laps to go, one thing I want to quick mention, Sam. I felt like 20 laps ago we were talking about Brian B. Johnson running in 4th or 5th position. Then all of a sudden he was back to 20th right now. He has dropped like a rock. I mean, the tires must just be destroyed on that car, just not able to get it turning anymore like he
White flag next time by Brian.
Drivers, they've been on this set of tires for over 70 laps. Yes, it's also with a caution in between to kind of pace around. They're not using up the grip as much, but 70 laps is a long time of just focusing, making sure these tires stay underneath you for this whole run. And for Ryan Kelly, he's been the best at it here tonight.
Take it low. Take it low.
The air, presented by Freaky Fast Broadcasting. As a few
I locked them up.
14's with you. Gonna give you a shot. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
On Twitter and Facebook. But for Ryan Kelly, trying to grab his first win.
Keep it a 14 behind you.
A good one.
You got the line on the inside of the 16.
Three machine as Kelly is coming off the corner.
He's going to have a little bit of a run. You're going to come side by side. 14 is going to give you a bump.
Pick somehow comes around.
That's all right. Good finish, sir. Good job.
Robert, you were correct. The 3 gets his win.
Celebration up here.
Right where I qualified.
Finally, took me long enough to pick one.
Nope. One spot up.
I mean,
14th.
On our show. I can't wait to talk to him. That's my question.
Well, did we get it?
Taking it. I got to know.
Hard fought, though.
You can go and 3 wide at the end like that.
Thank you.
His thoughts on that. That was incredible. Just to put the car in that position and have the trust in the car to just didn't want to give up any time. That was amazing. Can't wait to talk to him.
It was an incredible move, and that
Wow.
having the restarts, having the position.
He wasn't far off from needing tires.
Gifted so many restarts in a
No.
row.
I knew that right from the
That is crazy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Put them in positions for victory. Congratulations to the 3 of
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Derek.
New winner for the
Thank you,
season
repeat.
here for season number 9.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it. As the 3 gets the pace around, get ready to do some burnouts. We will step away when we come back. It's the post-race show. We'll talk to our top 3 drivers, the 3 of Ryan Kelly, the 77 of Drew Jua, and the 75 of Gavin.
Oh, Ron Kelly won that. I want to see this blue car.
Let's see. Yeah, Ryan Kelly, Gavin Rogers, and your teammate Yingling came in 3rd.
This car right here did a Hail Mary. Going into 1. My left front locked up and I just slid up the track. That's embarrassing.
It happens.
I didn't see no smoke off of it.
It's still a good race.
See if we can see some smoke. Can't see nothing. Just have to take my word for it.
Now. There wasn't enough tire left to smoke.
Probably. All right. I'm going to have to go take a shower. I sweat bad on that one. That was a workout.
Let's see. What do we... I think next week is Indy.
Ooh, that'd be a fun race.
Indy 100 laps. Afternoon. Yep. Stage break on lap 20.
I will see you then, and thank you for spotting.
Very, very welcome. Have a good night.
Goodbye, everybody else. See you next week.